Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Prepper Classroom. I am Bear of BearIndependent.com. You may remember from the last episode this whiteboard. What is the Prepper Classroom, by the way? We take foundational concepts of preparedness and we break them down a la Barney style up here on the whiteboard so that y'all can jot your notes down as you go so you can refer back to them. This is a great starting point for people who are new in preparedness or people who just need a refresher. Or, I don't know, hey Ma, get ready for the apocalypse. I don't know how, honey. Watch this video, okay? So, excuse me. We went through prepping basics, what and how in the last video, and we're gonna go line by line. We're gonna start with food in this video. So we're gonna come over here to this whiteboard where we have a blank canvas to work with and get started. So food, here, let's do this. How's that? Okay. By the way, don't tread on me. That's right, you've been warned. Food kind of falls into three categories for me, all right? So here on food, we have immediate, short-term, long-term. Okay, what's immediate? I'm hoping we don't have to explain precisely what the word immediate means. But immediate for me is going to be things like this is bug out rations, stuff that's in your fridge, so forth and so on. Short term, this is your pantry, 3 months. Long term, this is food storage. And this is past 3 months. Okay. So, and I've actually done a lot of work on this. Not only do I have a book coming out that will in large part deal with this, not a sales pitch. It's not done yet. I got nothing to sell you. But I've done a lot of work for this, on this. I actually have this Excel spreadsheet, which is available to our patrons as a download. But you can see right here, 3,277.18 calories is what I shoot for. And I've come to this number explicitly and intentionally. That is the number of calories required for a military-aged male ages 16 to 35 years old when engaged in strenuous activity to maintain a healthy body weight. So you can go on starvation rations and you can have fewer calories, less caloric density. However, my assumption is and conviction is that most of us, the vast majority of us, are going to be more physically active during the apocalypse, bro, than we are right now. In addition, let's just say that you're a 55-year-old woman. You don't need 3,200 calories a day. My hips and my thighs, they go right to my thighs, girl. Yeah, but what happens when a military-aged male shows up? You need their help, right? So I plan for everybody as if they're a military-aged male, and then if they end up being a toddler or an elderly woman, cool, we have a surplus. Does that make sense? So coming over here to long-term food storage, this is 3,200 calories a day. For one person equals 750 pounds of corn, rice, wheat, and beans. Divide this 750 pounds by quarters, and a quarter of it would be corn, rice, wheat, beans. What's that, 187.5? Something like that, ish. Oh, I had the thing right here. That would probably help. I'll tell you how I actually came up with this number. It's rice is 180. Corn is 180. Wheat is 192. And beans is 192. That's a 9. 192. So here's that real quick for anybody who wants to copy that down in their prepper workbook. Okay, so long term is your food storage. This is going to be beyond 3 months what you have in your pantry. Okay, it should be 3,200 calories per person per day. Not necessarily because you need that much, but you may need the help of somebody who needs that much. So prepare in that direction, and then if you have a surplus, great. If not, good, we're not on short rations. You know, people say all the time, Barry, you can go 3 weeks without food. You sure can until you die, but after a couple of days, you are not operating at max capacity. You are not firing on all cylinders. And if you're in a tactical environment, bro, guess what? You're gonna wanna eat, because you're not performing optimally when you don't eat. So just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something, okay? So for one person, for each person of your household, this is 750 pounds of dried goods. I would recommend getting them now. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a little thing going on called the Grand Solar Minimum, and it's making it a little difficult to come by grain lately. You know, I don't know if you've seen the Walmart shelves recently, but they're, how shall we say, less full than usual. Okay, 750 per person per year. This is a year, and then that would be corn, rice, wheat, and beans. 180 rice, 180 corn, 192 wheat, 192 beans. If you want this spreadsheet, this is at Patreon. Our link is always in the description, and there is always a baby bear at the end of the video that you can click on. And this is an XLS spreadsheet, so you can punch in, well, that's great news, Bear, but there's 12 people in my family. How much do I need? Oh, go to the 12 people in my family column, and it'll tell you precisely, broken down in 50-pound bags, or number of pounds, or number of buckets. Pick your poison. So this is long-term food storage. People will tell me, they're tremendous, believe me. People say all the time, Bear, I don't really need that much food, or Bear, do I really need that much food? I have put a lot of work into this. The Father has blessed me with a mechanical, numerical brain. I've put a lot of work into this. This is the number for me. This is what I stock for my people and my family. I would much rather have extra than not enough. I don't believe I have extra. I believe this is the number. This gives me 3,277.18 calories per person per day. I need that because I need military-age males, as we've talked about in other videos. Security, anybody? Okay. And by the way, let's say you find a military-age male. They don't have any food, but they've got lots of hard skills and they've got the tools to do the things. Wouldn't it be great if you could feed them and get them on your team? So, yeah. Once you have your own family prepped for, you could prep in that direction as well. There's no such thing as extra food. Okay, let's go short term, pantry, 3 months. This is shelf stable foods. This is gonna be your flour, oils, boxed foods, stuff you eat, okay? The stuff that you're eating every day. Generally speaking, people that use their pantries probably have 2 to 4 weeks worth of stuff in their pantry. If the balloon went up and you couldn't go back to the store, people that use their pantries probably have 2 to 4 weeks worth of stuff in their pantry. Our pantry is 3 months, but it didn't start that way. We had to push to 3 months. My buddy Squid has an excellent video on food storage in his pantry, and his pantry is hella 3 months, at least. It might be 4 or 5 months. Well, it depends on how many people he has over for dinner. But which, again, for real, the numbers matter, which is why I developed this spreadsheet, because I hate guesswork and I'm not guessing on the well-being of my family and loved ones. Got to take the guesswork out of it. But having a 3-month pantry is a goal to work towards. Everything that you would normally have in your pantry, expand it out. And part of this is being conscious of a meal plan and how much you consume. What are we going to eat on this day? Which we're going to come back to the seven meals as well. So we'll put this right here. 7 meals. Okay. So in your pantry, this is all the stuff that you're already eating. Just get more of it. Just build it up. Shelf stable. Let me write that down here. I need a place for this thing to live. It doesn't suck. How about right here on this screen? That looks great. These are shelf stable. They can live on the shelf for a while. 3 months, a year. Peanut butter is a good one. Olive oil, things of that nature. Okay. And then immediate foods, your bug out rations or what's in your fridge. So what do I mean by bug out rations? This means stuff that we're going to eat immediately. This is interim food for me to get from where I am to where I need to be. So this could be like, I keep, everybody knows this, peanut butter. Chunky, baby. Chunky. High in fat, high in protein, huge caloric density, travels well. All you need is a spoon to prepare it, or a knife. Or don't lick your knife, you'll split your tongue in two, right? But peanut butter. This could be your Mountain House, your Augustin Farms, whatever, your freeze-dried meals, right? Freeze-dried MREs. So people ask me, the people all the time, they ask me, believe me, Melania's beautiful and Mexico's gonna pay for it. Hey Bear, shouldn't I just stock like 14 pallets of MREs to the rafters? No. Well, why not? A few reasons. Number one, they're expensive. Number two, they're not really designed to sustain life for long periods of time. Ask anybody who's eaten MREs for long periods of time. It's not the bestest. That's all I'll say. It's not that, you better have your latrine system squared away if all you're stocking is MREs. Okay, so, but they're also not at all efficient with your revenue. Like, that's not the word that I'm looking for, but that's what I'm trying to say. The cost-benefit analysis on MREs is not good, right? Having a few of them to throw in a bug-out bag is great, but having a pallet of them as your long-term food storage is not. You're throwing good money after bad with that. You'd be much better off buying feed corn. And I get this question all the time. Well, what corn should I use? Feed corn. Well, it's the wrong quality. No, you can eat it. It's the same quality. It just hasn't been processed in a manufacturing plant and then called food. But you need to understand how to nixtamalize, which we're going to write that word down too here in a minute. Okay. Nix. Okay. Nixtamalization. Adam from the Arkansas Preparedness Network, they have a YouTube channel you should look up. Adam at the Arkansas Preparedness Network, his video on nixtamalization. He has given courses or given presentations on that where I've been, where Pastor Joe Fox from Viking Preparedness has been. I believe he's instructed many a member from the Arkansas Preparedness Network on nixtamalization, and he's spot on, and he's already done a great job, so I'm not going to repeat the work that he's done. Adam at the Arkansas Preparedness Network, nixtamalization. Write it down. Okay. So, MREs, and then what's in your fridge. Assuming you're sheltering in place, eat the stuff in your fridge more or less first. Power might go out, and it doesn't have to be coronal mass ejection, electromagnetic pulse. The Panamanian paratroopers just landed in the backyard and they're ready to assault our pause, bro. It could just be, hey, the power goes out. Power goes out all the time. Power went out of my house at 3:38 in the morning the other day. Morning, day-ish, night, whatever. Don't know why. Don't know why. It came on around 6. Don't know. So if we slide into a new normal and infrastructure degrades, the likelihood of power staying on, if we learn from other nations around the country, is slim to none in the long term. So the things that require refrigeration for you to eat and keep, eat those first. Don't keep them. All right. So this is kind of the basic 30,000 foot elevation view of food storage. And I have lots of videos on how to store food and what to store. Other people have lots of videos on how to store food and what to store. But ideally, here, your bug out rations are going to be things that are transportable, that require very little effort to consume in the field or on the move. Okay, that's important. You don't want to bring like 4 cheese risotto in your bug out bag. Negative. We don't have time for that crap, okay? I would take instant rice, peanut butter, hard beef sausage, and hard cheese, because the fat content, you're gonna need that when you're moving. Energy, man. Peanut butter, instant coffee, electrolyte drink mix, and peanuts. Again, peanuts, and 2 to 3 MREs, and sometimes some Mountain House and stuff, all that. My bug out bag was mostly food, is mostly food currently, and water, food and water. I have lots of capabilities otherwise that are positioned on my body and my line gear. My bug out bag is like a pantry on 2 legs, because I refute the idea that we're going to hunt, fish, scavenge, trap, and forage our way through the apocalypse. It's not going to happen. And even if you do possess those 5 skills in such a way that might allow you to do that, because frankly, the vast majority of us don't. If we could do that, we'd already be doing it. We're not. So what makes us think we're going to do it and do it proficiently and bet our life on it on the worst day of our lives, when the world is ending? Not happening. So even if we could do those things, we're burning a lot of time, calories, and energy hunting when we should be moving. Bugging out, the entire concept of bugging out should be to get you from where you are to where you need to be as quickly and efficiently as possible. So for me, I take calories with me so that I'm not subjecting myself to have to try and acquire them on the way. Make sense? Okay. So all of these things are field expedient. Your bug out rations are field expedient. If you're bugging in, which should be your first line of defense, eat the stuff that's in your fridge first. Then you go to your pantry, which is your short-term storage, which should be about 3 months of shelf-stable foods. So you've got, this is probably right here, if you do just these 2 things, you've got 13 weeks of food, 14 weeks of food right here. Okay, just between your pantry and your immediate foods that you need to eat. And then over here, your long-term food storage, which stretches beyond 3 months, you should have a minimum of a year's worth of food put up. A minimum of a year's worth of food. And you can start small and build. Go to 3 months, rejoice. Go to 6 months, throw a party. Go to 9 months, tell all your friends on Facebook. Go to a year, woo, we nailed it, cool. Now go to 15 months, 18 months, 21 months, 24 months worth of food, okay? Always move forward, constant forward motion. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. There is no stagnant. Stagnation means you're failing, right? So keep moving forward. And it seems insurmountable. Me and my wife have a deal. Neither of us goes to the store without buying something useful. It could be, you know, a Bic lighter. I don't smoke, but boy, I'd much rather have one of these in my pocket than trying to make a friction fire. We need a fire. Oh, if only we had a Bic lighter. They're $1, right? So it might be that. It could be a 1 pound bag of rice or beans. Something useful. Always something useful. You probably will not notice the 97 cents that a 1 pound sack of beans cost you when you go to Walmart to buy something else. You can do it that way as well, okay? So that's this. Then we're gonna talk about the 7 meals and nixtamalization real quick. And that's gonna do it for this overview video of food storage. So I hope you guys wrote that down. If you didn't, pause the video and write it down. Sorry about that. I should get better about making sure that we give you guys ample opportunity to copy down. The 7 meals plan. This is a great plan. I found this on an LDS preparedness video. I'm not LDS, got nothing against those of y'all that are. But I'm not. I was just researching preparedness and this came up. So the 7 meals. Seven meals. All right, so these are dinner meals. And what you would do, for example, like ours, one of ours is spaghetti with meat sauce. Now, here's the deal. We eat spaghetti with meat sauce, and we eat spaghetti with meat sauce fairly regularly. This is important because you want to rotate through your stock on these things, okay? So for us, this is 2 pounds pasta, 1 jar of sauce, okay? For our family, 1 big jar, large. 1 big jar of sauce. So times 52 weeks, that's 104 pounds of pasta, 52 jars sauce. Now, if pasta's normally $1 a box, and I'm at the grocery store and it's on sale for 40 cents a box, guess who's buying 104 pounds of it? This guy. Boom. Hey, stock boy, you got any more of that in the back? Well, I don't know, sir. I'm gonna go look. Okay, well, I'm good. Now. Okay, well, thank you, sir. Go look. Okay, well, I think I need pasta, bro. Let's do this thing. Okay, sir. So, point being, use it to your advantage when these things go on sale. Okay? 52 jars of sauce. If a jar of sauce is normally $3 a jar, and if you notice how everything just keeps climbing up just a little bit, welcome to scarcity, and it will be spoon-fed to us a little bit at a time until it becomes the new normal. So if a jar of sauce is normally $3 a jar and it goes on sale, BOGO, buy one, get one, I'm gonna go buy 52 jars of sauce. Now I have them. Boom, that goes on the shelf. Each week, hey, let's have spaghetti. Cool. Jar of sauce, 2 pounds of pasta. Cool. Now, when we go back to the store to do our grocery shopping, we will buy a jar of sauce and 2 pounds of pasta to replace what we used. New stuff goes in the back, old stuff comes to the front. So that we're rotating our inventory. We're always eating the oldest first, but none of it ever goes past a year. The shelf life of a jar of sauce is at a minimum 18 months. Okay, so if the balloon went up right now, that year-old jar of sauce on the shelf still has 6 months worth of life left in it. Pasta will store indefinitely. Cool, dry place, indefinitely. Okay, so this is one example. So this is one meal. This is a dinner meal. This is maybe $3 to $5 in cost to feed, for us, a family of 6 people without a problem. Okay, so that's one meal. And you accentuate your purchasing power by looking for sales. So now, if you can combine this with the ability to extreme coupon, I'm not that smart and I don't have that much time, but if you were an extreme couponer and we're doing this, boy, you could make out like a bandit, okay? Another one that we do, and these are just examples, is a chicken chili. Okay? Again, it has to be things that you're gonna eat. But chicken chili is easy. It's a can of chili beans, a package of chili seasoning, a can of black beans, 2 cans of canned chicken, dump it into the thing, warm it up, done, warm it up. And think about the prep here. This is very easy. This is boil water and warm sauce. This chicken chili is warm it up, dump it into a pot, warm it up, instant dinner. Now you could, hold on a minute.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were on the phone.
I'm right in the middle of something.
I'll come back.
So, the postman has been here twice wanting to know which businesses or what business operates out of this space. I'm like, you don't need to worry about that. He says, well, what if you get mail here? I don't. Yeah, but who are you? Do you have a warrant, sir? You're trespassing. Leave. So, chicken chili. Warm it up, okay? But these have to be things that you can eat or you will eat so you can rotate through them. So think about what these 7 meals are. What 7 meals you could stockpile that are shelf stable, okay? And this gives you some semblance of normalcy. But here with the chicken chili, I could take my corn that I have, grind that up in my grinder and make some cornbread to go with this, and boom, now we got a meal. Okay, so this is the concept of the 7 meals. You combine this, if you do the 7 meals, a year of 7 meals, plus a year of dried goods, plus your pantry, you're pushing 2 years of food storage, and it's not that hard. It's just not that hard. How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Lastly, this is the word that you need to know. Yes, that is a gigantic word. Nixtamalization. Nixtamalization. This process is a millennia old process. Basically, quicklime plus water, and then you're gonna soak your corn, and it's 1 bucket lime to 10 buckets corn for storage, okay? Research this. Okay? Pellagra, depends on who you ask and where they're from. The 3 Ds, diarrhea, disorientation, and death, plus skin lesions and nastiness. Basically, if you eat corn without nixtamalization, you don't get the niacin that your body needs, and it will lead to basically leprosy, and then you die. Now, can you eat it in small amounts? Yes. And here in North America, the vast majority of corn that we consume has not been nixtamalized, which I believe is the word. Me and Pastor Joe were going back and forth about this the other day. I was like, nixtamalized? I don't know. But point being, nixtamalization, you need to prepare to do this with your corn for making masa, for making hominy, for soaking your field corn or your deer corn or your feed corn or whatever, to make proper use of it, to release all of the nutrients that are inside of it. So your homework is to research nixtamalization and to watch Adam's video from the Arkansas Preparedness Network. That is the basic overview, 30,000 foot view of food. Now, you can really get wrapped around the axles here. You can really get into the weeds with all of this, but those are the basics. And the long and short is, you know what you eat, you know what you need, you know how many people you need to feed, and now you have some basic numbers to apply to that problem to develop a solution. So I hope that you found this valuable. I would love your comments down below. Please let me know what you think of these Prepper Classroom videos. I really try and bring you guys as much value as I can, especially here on a free platform that doesn't love us. And that's okay, because we don't love them back. But somebody just called me while I'm trying to shoot a video. What's going on? It's not supposed to happen. I rebuke all this nonsense in the name of Yeshua. here's the deal. We do care about y'all. Thank you guys for being here. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, do the thumbs up thing. That helps all of us in the algorithm, or all of those things help us in the algorithm. And just please continue to do the things. And if there's something you would like to have a class on here in the Prepper Classroom, please put it down below in the comments. And bless you guys so much. Thank you for being here. And share this with your mom. She probably needs to know how to do this stuff. Shalom.